Swadika, and welcome to Be My Guest, the program which brings you successful stories of entrepreneurs and organizations in both domestic and international arenas. I'm Surosha Ratanapian. And as trade and investment barriers fall across Southeast Asia, Thailand Hospital have established an impressive lead in driving the growth of the region in medical and healthcare industries, treating over 2 million foreign patients since 2012. And with a booming interest in the health sector, hospitals are allowed to develop their services to the international level. In this episode of the program, we are viewing the latest building constructed by King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital to serve people of all social statuses with international standardized service and innovation. And currently, I am granted the opportunity with Professor Dr. Sutipong Wacharasin, the Director of King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital. Swadika.
Swadika.
So first of all, right now we are sitting in the new building of the Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital.
Yes.
So could you introduce a bit about this building?
Right. I think this building, which we call Bhumisiri Mangkhalanusorn building, is a new building of King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital. And the main concept of this building is we try to bring almost inpatient of King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital into one place. That means this building, which we call the one-stop service. And we try to provide in terms of medical health care in this building, which including inpatient unit, operation theater, maybe delivery room, and also other medical technologies and also other investigations, including the radiological unit and investigation unit in terms of laboratory investigation in this unit. I think in the past, if you look back in the past, a lot of patients who come to this hospital, they need to walk from one building to another building to get the treatment or to get the investigation done. But we try to do something new that bring everything together, and everything can be treated and can be done here in this building.
Okay, so it's a one-stop service for
it's a one-stop service. That's
every
right.
citizen.
Yeah.
And what about when we talk about the comparison between this hospital and other hospitals?
Right.
So other hospitals are separated in terms of departments.
Yeah, I think now a lot of hospitals still separated in terms of the building.
I see. Okay, so this will be the first one.
Maybe I hope that. I think it's the first one to bring everything come to the one main building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about the name and the title of this building, so could you explain a little bit more on how it's related to His Majesty the late King Bhumibol
Yeah, that's right. I think you heard that it's a Bhumisiri Mangkhalanusorn. That means this building has been named under the name of the king in the remembrance of King Rama the Ninth, our beloved King Bhumibol and the Queen Sirikit. The term of Mangkhalanusorn means the remembrance of something. So Bhumisiri Mangkhalanusorn, that means in the remembrance of our beloved King Bhumibol and Queen Sirikit.
Okay. Yeah. And the person who named this building is?
The King Bhumibol. I think they give this name to us.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Now talking about the objectives of this building, so what are the objectives there?
Right. I think as I mentioned previously, we try to get all the treatment and all investigation done in this building. We try to provide more sophisticated investigation and also maybe the up-to-date or sophisticated investigation for the patient, which we have the Excellence Center here. On top of Excellence Center, we going to have the research and innovation. I think that the result or outcome of research and innovation can be turned back to improve the healthcare services and also the teaching process as well.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So that means it's a combination of research center.
Yes.
Okay, and also the innovation center as well in
Yeah,
this
that's right,
building.
that's
I
right,
see.
yeah.
Okay. So any highlights here in this building?
I think we have various of excellent center. For example, a center for gastroenterology. You can get very best service of a gastroenteroscope here. We have the excellent center for stem cell. We have excellent center for neurovascular diseases, for example, stroke unit. So a lot of excellent center has been operated in this building.
Okay. Regarding excellence center, so many people might be confused of what excellence center is.
Right. I think the excellence center means the center for the excellent care. I think there are various terms of excellence center. It may be excellence center for comprehensive medical care, or maybe the center for treatment with sophisticated instrument, or maybe the excellent or center for a patient who need very specialized physicians.
Okay, so there are many terms.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, related
Yeah.
to excellent center, and then Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital tries to be excellent in different
Yes, that's
aspects.
right,
I would
that's
say.
right, yeah.
Okay, so could you name us a few? Okay, apart from the excellent center that you have mentioned, so what are the excellent center that you want to publicize more?
I think the one thing that a lot of people they know very well here is about the neurovascular unit here. I think we have very good service for the patient who have the stroke. I think they just come to the fast track and they get the treatment done just a few hours. And I think the outcome of treatment is very good. Apart from that, we also have the stem cell research. I think the stem cell is a talk of the town now. I think have been research ongoing for the stem cell, maybe treatment in the future. And we also have the stem cell excellence center here as well.
Okay. Apart from the excellent centers here, Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital claims that you will offer premium service, a premium hospital service to everyone.
Yeah, I think I would say that a lot of people think that this building is going to be the private hospital of Chulalongkorn Hospital, but actually it's not. It's just a public hospital. I think when you step into this building, you feel like this building is a private hospital because the concept of this building, apart from the people will get the excellent care, I think they're going to get the best environment of the hospital as well, including cleanliness, safety, and convenience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So could you explain a little bit on the process on how a person, can come to this building, or what is the treatment process once a patient steps in this hospital?
I would say that this building is an inpatient department. That means if you become the patient of Chulalongkorn Hospital, you need to get registration as an outpatient first, and the doctor will decide whether you need to be admitted or not. If you decided to be admitted, that means on the process to transfer the patient from outpatient department to this building.
Okay, so that means that's the word which is equality to everyone actually.
Yeah, that's right. That's
okay,
right.
and this is not a private hospital unlike other
No.
hospitals
No.
in Bangkok.
No.
Okay, but for now it's time for a short break. We're right back and we learn more on the zoning and also the contribution of this hospital or this building to Thai society and also to Thai patients. So please stay tuned and be my guest. So welcome back to the program. You're watching Be My Guest with me, Sarosha Ratanapian. And I'm still with Professor Dr. Sutipong Wacharasin, Director of King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital. And during the first break, you told us the background, also the beautiful name of the building, Bhumisiri Mangkhalanusorn.
Yes.
And then it's claimed and is expected by everyone that this building will provide service to every citizen, following maybe the
Right.
concept that, you offer services to every life in Thailand. So
yes.
could you explain a little bit more of this saying?
Yeah, I think as I mentioned, I think a lot of people, they think that this building is going to be the private hospital for King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital. But as hospital is a public hospital, so the concept of the public hospital, we have to treat all patients who come to this hospital.
Okay.
Whatever they come from, in what occupation they come from, I think we need to treat all of them.
Okay. And is there any assistance program for patients who might have, a low income?
Yeah, that's right. We have the we call the social welfare department to help the patient who cannot settle their finance here. And I think we have a lot of funding to help this kind of patient or underserved patients.
Okay, and any preparations now? What are in the process or in which steps that the hospital is accommodating the patients?
Right, you mean at the present to
Yes, at the
accommodate
present
the
time,
patients?
yes.
You mean on the process of accommodate the patient to
Yes.
this building, right? Now we are on the process of transferring the patient from surrounding building to this new building. And at present, I think about 70% or 60% of the unit, the service unit here has been operated. And we hope that by end of this year, we're going to have the full function in this building.
Okay,
Yeah.
so could you explain a bit about the zoning, the areas, and also different departments of this building?
Right. Actually, we have 29 stories in this building. We have the high zone and low zone. For the lower zone, I think it's a department for investigation. For example, radiological department or laboratory investigation. And then we also have the operation theater and also the intensive care unit. For the upper zone, it's an inpatient ward. That means we have the different kind of inpatient ward in this building.
Okay, so that are the zoning of
That's
this
right.
hospital.
And also we have the zoning of excellence center, as I mentioned.
Okay, so how many rooms are there for the inpatient rooms?
Yeah, we can accommodate the patient roughly about 1,100 beds here.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's a lot to have
Yeah, that's right.
1,100
Yeah.
here. And also, Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital and this building has the biggest and also the most modern, I would say, the emergency room.
I think so. I think we're going to have the new casualty or emergency room. And at this room, you can get all investigation, especially the CT scan in case of emergency in this emergency room.
Okay.
And also we have the operation theater next to the emergency room in case that you need to be used in terms of the emergency operation.
Okay, okay. And I heard that that's a specialty and also highlight of the operation theater in this
Right,
building as well.
Right. Yeah, we have one very special operation unit from the Department of Neurosurgical team. At this operation theater, we have the two operation theater side by side, and in the middle we have the MRI. The reason why we have the MRI here, we can evaluate the patient after operation whether the surgeon have removed the tumor clearly or not. That means that we can get the precise diagnosis and also to predict how much they can move the tumor out. Okay, so this kind of operation theater, I heard that is the first one in Asian country to have operation theater like this. I think they call intraoperative MRI. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That means you can evaluate tumor just after surgery.
So then it's really more convenient.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, by having the positioning of the room like this.
Because in the past, when the surgeon have finished their operation, they have to bring the patient back to the ward, and they need to send the patient to do the MRI. But now you can evaluate in the theater.
Okay. And apart from this, specialty and also the highly, I would say, innovative design of the rooms, so there are medical innovation as well that Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital has introduced in this
Yes.
building. So what are they?
For example, for the stroke unit, we use the robot to communicate with the patient to the doctor in charge of them. Let's say if they have very emergency, that they need emergency treatment, and the primary physicians here, they can contact with the consultant at home by using the robot. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm wondering right now on the efficiency of the robot, in that department. So from your opinion, do you think it works or not?
I think it's worked very well because I think the time to treat the patient is very limited. If it's beyond this time, the result of treatment is probably not so good.
I see. Okay, so we will see. Okay,
Yeah,
the
that's
very
right.
high advanced
Yeah,
technology
that's right.
coming in. Okay,
Yes.
in the medical innovation
Yes.
here. Okay, in this building, and how this building or how the hospital follows in line with His Majesty the late King's maybe saying that he
Right.
wants everyone to be healthy and in good health.
Right. As I mentioned, this building has been named in the remembrance of our beloved King Bhumipol. And as a Thai people, we need to follow the King's footsteps. And as the medical personnel, the one thing that we can prove that we follow his footsteps is to provide the best medical care for the Thai people. And we believe that the Thai people can get the good health and they can live happily in their life.
Okay, so that was surely an example of how
Yes.
we as a medical personnel
Yes.
it's doing for his citizen as well.
Right, yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
now talking about the current process here. So in what in how many percent that this process or this building has been finished?
I think now we move the patient come into this hospital about 60 to 70%. And as I mentioned, by end of this year, I think all function of this building will be operated
Okay.
by end of this year.
Okay, by the end of 2017. Okay. Talking about, I would say, the future plans of this building or this hospital, so any other future projects?
Yeah, I think if you think about the future, I have to think about the mission of our hospital. You probably know that our hospital has been worked closely with the Faculty of Medicine, Chulalongkorn University, and I have to add two helps. One is the director of King Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital. Another helps I have to add as a dean of the Faculty of Medicine as well. So the three main things that we need to push up and push forward is the teaching, services, and research. We try to encourage our medical personnel, both doctors and nurses, to do their research and maybe innovation. And we believe that the outcome of research and innovation can be, as I said, I can return back to improve the medical health care and also the teaching process.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this has been the wrap up of this break. Okay. For now, it's time for a short break again. We'll right back to learn more on the innovation, the teaching, and also how this building contributes to the students or nurses or even medical, doctors' education. So please stay tuned again on Be My Guest. And welcome back to the program. You're watching Be My Guest. And in this interview, it's all about and it's relevant about Bhumisiri Mangkhalanusorn building, of Chulalongkorn Memorial Hospital. And in this break, we're focusing, on the relation and also the relevance between the education and this building. So how medical students of Chulalongkorn University can benefit from the existence of this building.
Right. I think that, if you focus on the medical student or also the medical curriculum, I have learned from our experience that the medical students who expose to the real situation or with the real situation with the patient, they can understand subjects very well compared if they just study in the classroom. Nowadays, I think Chulalongkorn University Faculty of Medicine, we try to change the curriculum, allow the medical students to get the early exposure to the patient. In the past, let's say my age, I have to see the patient when I was at the medical student at the year 4, year 5, year 6. Now we move medical student to see the patient at the real situation, maybe at year 1 or year 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what students in year 1 and year 2 have to do or have to experience when they come into this
Right.
building?
I think because of their knowledge is not a lot, so they probably know about the process of taking care of patients. They won't see in terms of the depth of the knowledge, but I think they're going to see how the patient feels with the physicians and how the physician should take care of the patients.
I see. And is the new curriculum launched yet?
Yeah, that's right. We start the new curriculum this year.
Okay. So what is the expected outcome that you are expecting?
Yes, we expect that the medical student can learn and can realize not only the knowledge but also the relationship between doctor and patients very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And talking about all students from the medical faculty here, so what do you expect they can learn from the latest innovation in this building and also the latest technology that this building has?
Right. I think for this building, we can accommodate all of the medical students to come to this building and they can learn and get the lecture and to see the patient in the real situation. Apart from the medical students, we have fellowship or residency training program. It's very specialized program for the postgraduate students. I think this building can serve all of these study very well because of the high technology, excellence center, very sophisticated technique. I think all of these postgrad students can learn a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they must be very lucky people, to experience
think
the
so.
latest, things.
Yeah.
Okay, in Thailand here in the medical industry here. So now regarding the research, so how this building, will contribute to more research, or how can it benefit people who do research?
Yeah, I think research is the main things or the main mission of our university and hospital as well. So we allowed all the medical staff here to do the research. The research can be happened in the, I would say that the real life situation for the clinical research, or they can perform the basic science research in the excellence center. Not only this building for the research, at the Faculty of Medicine, we also have the building for the research and for the medical student as well. So I think they can learn in both at this building and at the Faculty of Medicine.
Okay. And how they can contribute back, or how the research can go back to this hospital?
I think the medical research in both clinical and basic science research, the result of this, I think can bring back and to improve in terms of the healthcare process. The research can bring back to the new policy of treatment, or maybe the new technology of treatment.
Okay, so in the future, maybe through this building, it will
Yes.
facilitate more research.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's right.
in Thailand's arena for sure. Now, regarding the vision of the hospital, so what do you want to see in the
Right,
future?
I think when we talk about a vision, we have to talk in both university and hospital. I think we would like to become the leader of medical care services in Thailand and probably in the region as well. So as you mentioned, to reach that goal, the research is very important because the outcome of research or the result of research can bring back and to improve the healthcare process and teaching process as well.
Okay.
Apart from the research, I think we need to allow the medical students and all the medical personnel here to keep in mind that they are in the service process. So they should take care of the Thai people, and also they should serve this country with the concept of honesty, responsibility, and accountability as well.
Okay. And with this mindset, following the vision of the hospital and Chulalongkorn University Medical Faculty, so normally where the graduates will go to, or what they do,
Right.
after graduation.
I think the medical students here, when they graduate from the medical school, I think they have multifunctional. That means if they want to serve the Thai people at the countryside, they can do. But if they want to become the researcher, they can be back and do some more research. And some people, they need to go abroad to get more high study in terms of the certificate or something like that. That means the medical students who graduate here, they have the multi-purpose and they can adapt themselves very well with all situations.
But there will surely be hopes for all Thai patients and Thai people.
That's right.
When they come back.
That's right. I think we try to teach them that our career is a service career. So you need to serve the Thai people and also serve the country as well.
Okay, now we are at the end, towards the end of the interview. So do you have any final note for our viewers?
Right. I think this hospital is a public hospital. It's a non-profit organization under the Red Cross Society. So we need a lot of money to maintenance and also to help the underserved patients. So if anyone want to donate to this hospital, we are really welcome. And the money for donation can be used for the underserved patient and to buy the necessary instrument or any technique to help our Thai people.
Okay, so we can all be helping hands, for the improvement of the quality of beings of patients here in this hospital. And thank you very much for your time today. ขอบพระคุณค่ะ
ครับสวัสดีครับ
Bhumisiri Mangkhalanusorn building has been constructed to offer one-stop service to Thai and elevate the service to the international standard, which is Chulalongkorn Hospital's mission. Moreover, people from all walks of life can get access to the premium hospital in Thailand. And we will all experience the actual services in the building soon by the end of the year 2017. And that's all the time we have for Be My Guest this week. Thank you very much for watching us and tuning in. For more information, you can log on to thainews.prd.go.th/en. And I'm Sarosha Ratanapian. สวัสดีค่ะ